Taste is void. All right. Without any combo.
That's I don't know why you pick Undying then if you're going Void. Like often with 15th, 17th pick, you going into your band, you kind of have a bit of an idea of what you're looking to pick up, and you go for the Undying. And where's your damage in Chrono? Now you got two bands on Neon. Invoker's already gone, so that's one of the best ways to deal damage in Chrono. Ember's pretty decent. He's gone. Conker's out, which is a big combo from Motivate. Like and
yeah, there's still Death Prophet. It could be pretty decent, but yeah, like if you pick Void, I would have much rather like to see like a Disruptor or something like that.
And now you, like I was saying, Neon, I feel like they're really, really strong laning phase in early game. And Motivate, that's one of their weaknesses. They always feel like they're behind and somehow they take a miraculous team fight to get back in the game. But doubling down on it, see if it's going to bite them.
Yeah, it's like a very reactive kind of draft.
Team ban.
Necrophos.
It's a carry Necro, huh?
I mean, we saw it banned out in our first series versus CTM, so this looks scary. It's a lot of damage mitigation. Necro can go for auras, Darkseer can tank you up. It's gonna be hard to get the kills.
They do need a winning condition though. Like something like a Morphling middle or something like that.
They, in both the games they had the Necro, they went Yopaj Invoker. One of those games they had a Brood Mother though, so.
Yeah, I mean, Invoker makes sense because he's a very hard scaling mid. They need something like that. Like you can't get away with picking like a mid Zeus now. Even though he scales well, you're going way too all in on the magic damage. Like a Lina could be pretty good too. It's not banned. Lina scales very well. What else do we have?
Is this for Neon, you're saying? Sorry.
Yeah, for Neon. They need something that deals tower damage as well. So Lina's good. And Lashlight was good, but it's being banned.
Dire team ban.
They banned Lina themselves, actually. Okay. What are they planning then? Like, where's their winning condition going to come from?
I guess they can just ball up though. And do you really want to go late versus Void, and where Motivate can then have another position too that can deal damage in Chrono?
Winning condition doesn't necessarily mean like super late game, but something that can destroy towers. They have nothing so far.
Yeah, there's not much.
If they really want to double down, I could go like Pugna.
Saving Chrono could be nice with that, because they don't have the damage is not there for Motivate.
Yeah, but as I said, you're very all in the magic then if you go Pugna. I'm personally a big fan of more balanced drafts, like that let you transition into the late game as well. So
that's like
Viper.
Where does DK lane? You put him off lane versus a Necro, have fun. You put him mid versus a Viper, have even more fun. And they banned out Lina, which one of the better lanes to play against the Viper. I don't know if you can fit a Wind Ranger in here. I don't know how it matches up versus the Necro, but I know it is one of the best ways to deal with the Viper.
How about a girl Death Prophet?
Choose your hero.
There goes Zeus.
They do not have the greatest way to gap close on a Zeus.
They don't.
It's okay.
And this draft is weird.
Yeah. I mean, they needed damage in Chrono. You needed a lot of damage in Chrono. You needed magic damage to deal with the Necro as well. I'm worried that Void and Zeus are super slow, and you are very, very reliant on Mastros getting a good blink timing and getting pickoffs with the Mirana, but I don't think Mastros is going to have a good lane.
Yeah, playing against Hoodwink Necro as Dragon Knight doesn't seem very fun at all. And even Zeus against Viper isn't that easy to play. And my top lane should be pretty easy at least, but they're really reliant on not losing lanes. Like if they lose middle and off lane too hard on the Trust side, this game could get really, really hard.
And that's a bit worrisome though, right? Because you look at Neon's lineup and you've got two heroes that are incredibly lane dominating. And then you've got Darkseid and Nyx, which is Nyx is not traditionally known as a strong laner, but Darkseid can definitely enable you.
Yeah. They don't have any real dispel either. So the Darkseid Aghanim's timing is going to be quite scary. I mean, it's a very all-in draft though from Neon. Like if they reach mid-late game as Trust, I mean, that's what they're always playing for, right? So if it gets there, Trust are probably going to win. But if Neon can strangle them out early on into the game, should be quite easy for them. And their lanes look really good, as you said.
If we had to pick, what are we deciding here between Neon and Motivate?
I'm gonna go with Trust.
Trust. I have to go the opposite.
Okay, okay.
I'm definitely worried that they might not be able to snowball this game. But I mean, Void's very reliant on cooldowns. I don't think you come online too early on at all.
Explain to me though, how are they gonna pressure the map? Like all 5 of the heroes, they can't hit towers.
That is a big issue. And I mean, you're going to be very reliant on getting kills then. The kills
Yeah.
take
Like you need a
towers.
tower dive, which against Undying,
Yeah,
Mirana
that's not
ult,
good.
and Faceless Void, it's like, of course the Viper can get a shard later on, but it's a minute 20. And until then, they really, like, who's their best tower damage? Like Darkseid Illusions?
And I mean, maybe you force Yopaj to go into a bit more of like a right click build on this hero, but I still feel like that doesn't feel as nice in the early game. Like that scales a lot better to late when you get that 20 talent.
Yeah. It's a very all-in draft, as always from Neon. And it's a very greedy draft from Trust. Also, as always, I think both of them are sticking very much to their own styles.
We'll see how this is able to play out here. It's definitely a wonky draft from either team, but at least along the way we get to hear some dope ass voice lines as well. That always makes the ride a little bit more fun.
Certainly so. There's Zeus.
30 seconds.
I mean, it's a decent Zeus game. They really don't have much at all to get on top of him. But as we said, if they lose lane, like Void is not a flash farmer, Zeus can be. But if you're more of a space maker in this game, which you are, because you have a Dragonite as well, then things are not going to be as easy.
Do you feel like Motivator have a way to defend towers though? Like Undying can't push out the wave, Mirana can't, DK can't, Void can't. Zeus can, but it feels like early on you're going to need a hero in front of you. So is that how Neon could kind of run them over? Just brute force and them not being able to kind of shove these lanes out fast enough?
I mean, that's what Neon wants to do, right? They just want to tower dive you, kill you, and get objectives that way. It just, if they do that, like one good Chronosphere can literally just end you right there. Like a good Tombstone can end you right there. Mirana ult suddenly, and you don't have reveal right away. Suddenly you're like, ah, damn it. And I do agree with you that they don't have the best lane push, but it doesn't matter simply because Neon doesn't have any tower damage.
Yeah, you see how difficult it is. And mid lane Yopaj, unfortunately, he didn't get the range creep CS, and quite often we see with that early Nether Toxin, you want to shove in the lane, get level 2, then pressure the mid laner underneath the tower with a full wave and the poison attack. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do that at that first wave, which would have done a lot of damage to Fearless. So I guess it's just the offset there. Zeus, his right click damage is surprisingly very high.
Yeah, it got buffed like, I don't know, 3-4 times. Yeah, as I said, it's pretty decent now. Oh, decent, 66.
It's always used to feel like Zeus is a hero that just relies on arc lightning to be able to CS, but no, not with the right click damage that you have. But how do we feel about this bottom lane? Because this Necrophos is a hero that we were kind of seeing through the start of like the DPC. I know CIS were playing at a decent amount, but then it really started to tail off. So what's kind of your opinion on the hero right now?
I think Necro is really underrated. Like, not necessarily as a carry, but as in the offlane, it's very hard to deal with him. you need like a special set of heroes to deal with him. And if he snowballs out of control, like that Reaper can really just win you games. Early on, one big Reaper means just an objective. Oh, he's getting very low down here. Actually, they're pressuring this Necro much more than I thought they would originally.
Yeah, is the weakness in the Necrophos like the early levels until he gets that Death Pulsar higher and Heartstopper? Like, when are you really able to put a lot of pressure on the Necro?
Yeah, you definitely need levels on a hero. But like, as the levels rise, he gets stronger and stronger. His level 3, level 4, level 5 is super scary. But as you said, his level 1 and 2 is not all that good. What item build is he usually going for on a carry Necro?
That is a great question. I will check now. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know they played it twice versus SMG. He's gone Hood first into a Kaya and Sanj and a Dagon. I think he's actually going Boots of Travel before the Hood too. CTM falling really low. Able to get out. It's the same build in pretty much both games. Yeah, Boots of Travel, Kaya Sanj, Dagon, and then some utility in there.
So he's going for the burst you down build.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is
okay.
under attack.
The build
Wait,
no
didn't he
one
play
likes.
carry Coddle also?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he went for the same build, right?
I believe so, yes. From what I saw. I don't, was that a pub game though, or was that actually in a...
That wasn't an official.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one that was, because they've only played versus SMG so far in this. So unless it was a...
Was it an official?
I don't think it was.
It's the pub game?
Maybe.
But
yeah.
in that game anyway, he went for the same build, so maybe he's trying to like make a statement. Like Thompson and E-Blade.
It's just experimenting, seeing how wonky he can get. I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of people do when you're this far into a patch.
I mean, I gotta admit though, like any item plus Sanj is just broken. Whether it's Kaya Sanj or Sanj Yasha, they're both super strong.
Yep.
So it makes perfect sense. Like, how much spell amp do you get from that is like something ridiculous.
From Kaya and Sanj?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
checking it right now.
16%.
16% is so much.
Yeah. And the rest that it gives you as well. 30% spell lifesteal, as we miss First Blood, top, and Ryu. And Shanks able to get a bid one. Meanwhile, CTM is taking a decent amount of damage here down bot as well. He's, again, very early point in the Ghost Shard, so if he's able to get that off, he gets a lot of burst heal.
Just wanna mention that my camera was on the first blood, just saying.
What?
Yeah, but we had more important things to talk about.
So you saw the kill the whole time and you didn't let me know?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty boring kill, you know, just ran him down with iron shells. Like, it's not hype, you know?
That's First Blood. I mean, you can't
Double
miss it.
iron shell, like, ooh.
It's just, oh, that's more exciting.
Dyer's
Oh, he
turret
didn't get the
has
Kari
been
before he
killed.
got the treads. That would have been really big, actually. See, that's another thing, though, that we kind of haven't brought up, is that Darkseer quite often likes to be paired with a melee position 1, where in the mid-game, you can really utilize that Iron Shell plus Surge. You like to be position 4 for the lane, but then, you want a carrier who can really utilize that toolkit that you haven't. They don't have that right now.
Just wait, man, the vacuum plus Death Seeker.
Oh, crazy stuff.
Oh.
Is this a good shard?
Decent. Not great.
Decent.
But
That's
I mean, it's another Death Pulse, basically.
more props than
one.
I've seen. I don't even know if I've seen the Death
Dyer's
Seeker.
middle tower is under attack.
It's pretty underwhelming. It looks fun, though.
It's all about style points. So if it looks fun, then it can win you games.
It can. And Zeus can press R and kill heroes, apparently.
Apparently, it's
Very
a
balanced concept.
crazy hero. Global
Prize is
potential.
mine.
Yeah. It actually did so much damage. Like, whenever you're level 6, you just kill a guy with it 100%. There's nothing you can do about it.
Do we feel like we're going to see Neon try and collapse around mid early, or do they want to try and take this T1 tower top before they think about mid?
Well, that's the question, though. How are they ever going to take towers? Top tower literally full health. Mid tower
Dyer's structures are
lost
fortified.
500 health, not that bad, but The damage is very, very slow. I actually used wall
Dire's
up top.
top tower is under
Just
attack.
jumps out, of course.
Okay, that's how they get tower. All right, next level. They let the enemy team get super farmed. You get the illusions. You use the illusions to take towers. Is Jackie still
And he's
gonna die?
dying. Woo!
Oh my, that iron shell damage. I mean, level 3, it does a lot, but I'll turn it back around on Shanks. Jackie was just dangling his life there, allowing the supports
Did
to
he
come
get
over.
stunned from the Nyx? Did he hit him?
Yeah, I believe so. I think
Or
I
was it
think
time
Impale.
dilation?
I'm pretty sure I hit him with Impale.
No, I mean, did Void right-click the Nyx? Or did he get carapaced by the time dilation?
Oh,
Damage.
right.
Because I don't think you'd be crazy enough to hit a Nyx assassin.
Nice. He's just baiting. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, with MG.Trust and 20 health.
Alright, so Europage is going for the right click build. I mean, he's got treads, he's got Dragonlance queued up as well, so it looks like he's going to be the ones to bump on these objectives. Do I think it's enough? Probably not. You know, nothing like some of the other heroes that are able to take objectives, but we'll see if his itemization is at least going to be able to help out with the queries that we have right now.
I mean, it says at least decent. It's just it won't really come into effect until minute 20, and then you still have to purchase the shard as well, which is quite a hefty investment. Where's our Zeus boy? Oh, farming some stacks. I see.
Just classic Zeus life, level 8. I mean, they. I mean, you're really reliant on the Nyx assassin to be able to get 6 this game, because you need to have information and find these pickoffs. But they don't even have the greatest pickoff lineup as Nyx. He just runs into a chrono set up by the arrow. They've still got the wall, but thanks to the Thunder God's Wrath global potential, Fearless will pick himself up a second kill of the game.
Yeah, and their pace really benefits Trust here. They really like to play these slow games, and they excel at playing those. And every time Chrono and Zeus rolls up to them,
That's a
Dire's top tower
very,
is
very
That's a
big
dead
kill.
guy.
Yep, that should be a
By the
tower
way,
now.
Jackie, it will indeed be. How did the Viper sneak up there?
He surged up from the darks here. Just surge up, Viper Strike. No way you can really get away from that one.
I still got the kill, to be honest,
Dire's
cause
top tower is
level
under
4
attack.
time walk. Pretty low cooldown.
Lot of
Dire's
damage.
top tower has fallen.
He went for a time walk TPR, so they were able to cancel.
Alright. Was it one of those classics, if I ran I would have lived kind of plays?
He was. I don't know, honestly. I think he probably dies. They had a couple of poison attack stacks in Viper and the Viper Strike ticking.
So he got surprised by the Viper, huh?
Yeah, just surge up, tree line, drop a couple of the abilities, and Ryu's gonna find a nice stack. Do you like the item build going a early mech instead of like the Aghanim's rush we've seen from Enryu? Oh, sorry, I should say from Darkseers.
Yeah, because as you said, they can't really make good use of it, because they don't have any melee heroes other than Nyx Assassin. So this sort of item build makes a lot more sense. I do expect to pick it up down the line still though. Like 300 health is a lot, because they have no way to dispel it.
Yep.
It's basically 1500 health for your entire team combined.
And just how you're able to farm with it as well. You can just
Are
chuck
scanning.
more iron shells out on creeps potentially to shove out lanes. I mean, just the capability of having an extra shell is just so nice for this hero.
Yeah,
Radiant's
and
bottom
also the
tower
duration.
is
It
under
lasts for like
attack.
what, 40 seconds? 20 seconds, yeah, 45 seconds even. Like you
Ridiculous.
chucked it on a creep wave and it goes all the way to the tower, 100%.
Yeah, and only a 9-second cooldown. Like that, it's actually stupid what you get from it. It's quite the Aghanim Scepter.
It does a lot of stuff. Well,
Radiant are scanning.
look who's going for Hood. The Necro. And then it's Ukai Assange. And then it's a Dagon.
Oh, Radiant, they're coming down. Shanks 6 is picked up. See how they start this. I mean, if Set Zero does have 3 points Tombstone, but that is a great Impale onto 2. They hate the Mirana. They just drop the scythe. They even bring down Set Zero thanks to the Sharpshooter. So both supports falling, but again, you know, we've brought up the objective taking potential. Neon are really going to have to play around the timing of the catapults when they want to take these objectives.
Yeah, and he's dead for 40 seconds on Mirana. despite only being level
Dire's structures are
7 now.
fortified.
But of course, that Reaper is just so damn annoying to play against. It adds 15 seconds on the level 1. Oh, I thought it was 10.
It's actually big that Neon didn't take an objective with that catapult. They got 2 kills. They wanted to try and, I think, move into the jungle, maybe see if they could catch out Fearless, but it meant that
Dire's
CTM
middle
couldn't
tower
protect
is under
the
attack.
catapult down bot. And like I just highlighted, I really struggle to see how they can take objectives without the catapult waves. As Motivate, they're going to move on forward. Moonlight up, they've got the Chrono, just dropping on top of the Viper.
Fortified.
Can they keep Yopaj alive long enough? Now with the Tombstone even committed, it's going to make it very difficult for Neon to take a fight through all the area control. They've got to surge back out to safety, but that is a great fight. Again, every time Motivate are able to delay this game, they get more and more powerful.
Yeah. And this is basically what we're saying they need to do, right? Like, they're hitting the tower for a good half minute, gives them a lot of time to set up with the Mirana ult.
Dire's bottom
They don't
tower
even get
is
a
under attack.
great Chronosphere, but they don't need one, because there's no real safe on the Radiant side. Burst down the Viper, they only gotta push his towers,
Dire's middle tower is under
and
attack.
it's rinse and repeat. Now the spell's on cooldown, so Neon is like, alright, let's do it again. And they will have to give up the mid tower. And it will just all come down to whether they can get enough time or not to transition into that mid late game that they want to get to.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Well, at least they will be able to pick up the
Radiant's bottom
T1, so
tower is under attack.
second tower for them claim, but it looks like Motivate, they're happy with trying to trade down bot. I mean, it's just Mastros and Cube, which will have the Elder Dragon form up pretty shortly. Who they found it is going to be the Undying that's just slowly getting brought to the death via the poison. So that's not the greatest way to go.
Radiant's bottom
Does
tower
not give
is
them a
under
numbers
attack.
advantage, knowing that the Undying isn't set up around Q, along with Mastros' Dragonite. So with the break there, they're even going to commit the Scythe. I mean, why not put him in the grave 60 seconds? They might be able to catch out Q. Well, he does have 2 more leap charges, but a kill into an objective. Maybe we're starting to see Neon go for this group up death ball.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, he died for the tower, so I think it's still worth it. But yeah, as you see, like every time they push the tower, they need to be S5. Because they don't have any right clicker that deals considerable tower damage. So let's just all do it together. Which in turn gives a lot of
Dire's
space for the
bottom
Dire
tower is
lineup
under attack.
to farm up some good items. There's almost Aghanim Scepter on Zeus.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're trying to set up on Fearless up top, but yeah, he's aware of this. I say he's aware though. Does have to be careful. He's going to farm up
He
his
is
camps.
Fearless,
Oh,
after
no.
all.
Oh, okay. Great timing on the
Ooh, he's
lightning
on.
bolt, but they still, despite Carapace sets up, and now with the sharpshooter, one more right click. Beautiful play from the supports on Neon. That's a big pick off the fine first death of the game here from Fearless.
Yeah, he was so close to his Axe Scepter to just spawn it away from it. Now that's delayed by a good 2 minutes. And that's like one of the biggest damages that will come into the Chronosphere. How are we looking at the Necro? Oh, Kaya Sanj.
Crazy item.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to prove a point here.
Is
Viper?
what's going on?
He went into
Atos.
Atos after Dragonlance. Interesting. I guess just to have some more catch for the Faceless Void as well.
Blink in, Mastros. Gonna reveal this very impactful item here, but they don't get a kill out of it as Genuel is very mobile thanks to the Scurry. It doesn't matter if you're mobile though when you're up against Fearless, who does get solo killed though, and Ryu. Okay, that's second death now for Fearless, 2 in a row.
Dire's top tower is under
How
attack.
did that happen?
I was
He's actually
watching.
pretty survivable on Zeus. How did he lose 1500 health to a Darkseer?
Maybe he was watching the fight mid and Darkseer just used that time to dish out a lot of damage. I'm honestly not sure.
Alright.
Just
Yeah, the kills like these should not happen. There's another delay on his Axe Scepter. So it has been delayed by like a total of 3 minutes already. And they're not stopping. Like they need gas.
Oh, Jackie,
And
no.
they caught Jackie.
Oh,
Bye.
oh, forming Chrono Sharpshooter still charging up. That's not going to be enough damage. Great timing of reaction on the Chrono from Jackie.
Dire's top tower is
But,
under
Saves
uh,
his
attack.
life, but expends the biggest cooldown of the team for it.
Another thing is that are they gonna try Roche? This is. I mean, they know Chrono's
Viper's
on
pretty good at
cooldown.
Roche, actually.
Dire are scanning.
This is
Because
just the poison
Q-
attack.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it deals a ton of damage, and it also reduces the magic resistance. You can actually see him melt quite fast.
Yeah. Dire
And I
coming
like
on
the
over.
recognition. Yeah, but they don't have Chrono. Tough fight.
I could have been invisible.
There's the Aghanims coming into play, but it's only just a scouting purpose here. Is MG.Trust as well. His blink's gonna get cancelled, and Motivate looks like they're pretty aware that they can't really contest the Roshan without the Chronosphere, as MG.Trust Scythe brought down. Another big kill here with the DK down for 60, and now with the Aegis, this could be the timing that they're looking for. I mean, Necro is going to be so hard to bring down, so give it over to your Tower Siege in the Viper.
Can't help but to think that it was pretty unnecessary there to go in alone. Try to maybe blink into the Roche pit and steal the Aegis, but that was never gonna happen. And gets Reapered for all his effort. I was put down for 70 seconds. Is there anything that feels worse than getting Reapered? Probably not.
No, it's so you know you're gonna die, and you sit there for like a second. You're like, yes, I can't wait to be doing nothing for such a long time. You see that size just slam down. It's like, yes, fun game. It's like we don't see Necro a lot, but when you're versing it, it feels so horrible.
Well, he was dead for 70 seconds, right at level 11.
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous.
And they're just gonna die fearless, just brute force. Zeus is so squishy, hard to jump out, and they got a little bit of sustain. I mean, Shank's gonna run away from the rest of the team, so it will be at least a 1-for-1 trade, but I mean, you're gonna take that, shutting down the Zeus there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. How many is that? 3 deaths for Fearless. And he's really supposed to be the big damage dealer in the lineup.
Dire's top
How
tower
about Void?
has
What is he
fallen.
building into? Just the Kaya, the Sanjasha, okay.
It's farming pretty well.
There he is. Knows where's the Necro though.
No, Necro is pummeling him in the net worth. No, we don't see it too often, but I mean, CTM, he's got 221 last hits with a hero that
Dire's top
doesn't
tower
have
is under
great
attack.
mobility at all. I guess Boots of Travel definitely helps with this item, but I definitely would not expect to see CTM this high in the last hits.
Yeah, I mean, Necro's always been one of those heroes that farms incredibly fast if given the time to. Because of course you have infinite sustain with the Heartstopper. He's actually going into a Lotus Orb. Not straight into the Dagon.
No, Dagon, what's going on? Give me the
Why
burst.
Lotus Orb actually? Just because of Dragon Knight or what?
Is it for Spirit Vessel? Like, I can only think that's the real reason. Like,
Yeah. It's just the duration already gets reduced by quite a bit with your Kaya Sanj.
Mm.
And it's worth the 4,000 gold.
And armor's not that good this game either. You've already got a boatload of sustain. I have to just imagine he's like, okay, the only way I die is if I get chain locked down with Spirit Vessel. But you just said, like, he's got some status resistance, and yeah, I wonder.
We'll see what he does. Like, he didn't commit to any purchase yet. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Dagon, honestly. Like, you can burst down the Void with it even. But then again, is Void really your problem?
Oh.
Like, late game Zeus should be the big problem you have.
So Yopaj went blink off the Atos. I'm not sure if you've seen that. So this is just, I guess, to get on top of the Zeus. I really thought he was going to go a little bit more, because he went Dragonlance first, which the stats are incredible, but I thought he might just prioritize a little bit more right-click damage to help them take these towers.
This is actually a pretty old school item build. Of course, not the Atos or Dragonlance, but the Blink Orchid that is queued up. You just jump a guy in the back line, and he can't do a whole lot to defend himself. Also, he saw that Void is going for Sanjasha, so he's not going to have any dispel against the Silence either. Makes a lot of sense. It's a good item in this game.
See, I mean, we were definitely highlighting that. It feels like Neon, they have to be ahead of this game at an early stage. They're not going to be able to contest with Motivate in the late game Are we worried though for Dire that they're 5,000 gold behind and Radiant still have the Aegis for another 2 minutes 20 here? Do we think that Neon can do enough with this?
Wait, so minute 20. I want to see what the Viper didn't go shard, right? No, so he doesn't see it as a high priority. But definitely right now, it's all Neon. Like they did not manage to really stop the bleeding. They had one decent Chronosphere, but other than that, it has been all Neon. And their 5-man is looking really damn scary. They have Greaves already up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Shanks?
You have to be careful. Okay. Make that just in time. They have Greaves up and also Hood soon. Or, sorry, Pipe. So they have the 2 big aura items. They have Necro Sustain.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very tough for Dire to kill anyone, even if they get a decent Chronosphere.
Yeah, it feels like if they kill off Zeus to start, the damage from Motivator is going to be incredibly lacking.
If they kill off Zeus at the start, the fight is just over. I don't think you even fight anymore if you're Dire. He's literally like 70% of your whole team's damage.
So this is going to come into play on the vision from Motivate. It is handy, of course, with the Zeus. Undying can be nice, especially with the Tombstone. If you drop that on the high ground, just as zombies flooding out, can give you a lot of information to help Fearless. But not only that, it's just now on your DK and Undying. Their positioning has to be pretty spot on just to be that body for Fearless.
Yeah, totally agreed. What is he going for next? Or straight Refresher Orb, okay.
Oh, wow.
Dire's bottom tower
It's just going
is
full
under
of
attack.
damage.
Radiant are scanning.
It puts even more pressure on the Void though.
Yeah.
Shadows take us.
It is kind of nice that you have at least a DK that can maybe force them to group up. Oh, CTM. His TP got cancelled. And he's too far away from the T1 tower. A Ghost Shard throughout the Chronosphere, but the rotations are coming through. Can he stay alive long enough, however, with the time dilation? They have the Spirit Vessel flying in a couple seconds, and CTM will fall, as now the rest of Radiant, they have committed to the area. Got the Necrophos. Let's see if they stick around though as Motivate. They did use a lot there. Maybe Q's going to get caught out with the retreat. Shanks has to lead him with the stun. The follow-up needs to be there on timing with the Vac back into the ATOS, so they will find the kill on the Mirana. Again, though, a lot force out from Motivate, but a big kill on CTM nonetheless.
Necrophos did actually end up dying, alright. He does have his item completed though, pretty much. Did end up going for the Lotus Orb.
Mid lane, Masaros.
Oh, nice.
The break's going to expire pretty shortly. I don't know if they can bring him down now without this, although Yopaj blink in. Well, they've got a secondary break with the Nether Toxin, so that's going to make it that much more easier. They are aware of the positioning on Motivators. Yopaj instantly getting rid of the time dilation, but as soon as they see the Tombstone drop, they're still going to jump up. A stun controlling set 0, so we can't heal up the Tombstone, and free 200 gold for them. They'll take it. Get out of dodge, although I say that. Genuel's going to be careful if he gets bashed up in the Nimbus, which he will not, so we should make it back to safety.
Yeah. I'm just looking here for some power spikes for the Dire. They seem to just be avoiding every fight. Like, they're not looking to fight at all. I mean, sure, they're not really taking tower damage, so they don't have to fight.
Are scanning.
But at some point, you really gotta start mounting a defense. Because you're 7k behind, it's only gonna be increasing if you don't fight them.
And it feels like if they use Chrono and they get one kill out of it, then it's a big window where you see, I mean, it's on cooldown for 40 seconds now for Motivate. So Neon, they're aware of this. Let's just siege down to tier 2. Yeah, they pop Glyph, but we'll refresh with the next wave coming through. So this is really going to cost them. Like, Motivate have to hit back hard in these team fights, or they will have a window where they can get punished.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
100%. So what is Viper going for? Almost BKB completed on him already. And when that's done, even if he gets chronoed, he's not gonna die.
Dire's bottom
Like, they just
tower
have
has
no
fallen.
damage to kill him once that BKB is online. And it's pretty scary to play into. Like, if Viper is suddenly the king of the game, he blinks on top of you with BKB, what do you do?
Yeah, like Zeus went for all this damage, and that's a big issue. He just blinks in BKB, Viper Strike. You're not getting away. Like, your team, they've got a Glimmer, but you're going to be prepared to deal with the Glimmer Cape. So
Yeah, they can't kill him if the Dragon Knight jumps on him first and you get like a double Nimbus, double Zeus ult. You can probably kill him, but If the fight starts normally, he gets to activate his BKB. No chance.
Dire's
They
middle
are trying to
tower is
split out
under
the map
attack.
as much as they can. Jackie getting his last little bit of farm for the BKB, but Shanks is scouting the backline as well. Fearless, they'll set up with the Impale as the follow-up there. They can just drop the Scythe at a high amount of health because the follow-up of the Sharpshooter, and now he's down for 85 seconds, and he doesn't have a buyback. They'll drop the Tomb, but still Undying's going to get caught out as well. A drag back thanks to the Vac, and now they've also got the Impale followed up by all the damage. Oh, this is scary now with the objectives, and CTM's even going to go up top. They're going to make sure they don't lose anything out of the map.
Yeah, we'll see what they do if they want to try to poke high ground a little bit. Because I actually thought if they committed as 5 now, there could be a side gone.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But they played conservatively.
Dire's middle tower
No
is
need to go
under
high ground
attack.
that fast.
So CTM did go for this Death Seeker as well. Okay, level 20. I'm
Radiant's
really
top
intrigued to
tower
see how
is
this
under
is
attack.
able to help out this game. Who've they called out down bot?
The prize is mine.
I want DK TP'd out. Okay.
How's DK looking? Is he scaling at all? Okay, he has a BKB, not bad actually. It's just Zeus. Look how
That's-
far behind he is.
Like he was having a solid game. He was really close to an early ace and just died 3 times in a row. And it's got to be said that Fearless has definitely been hot and cold through the kind of the past month here for Motivate, which is unfortunate. When he's hot, man, this looks like an incredible team. But you know, when he's off, it really starts to shine.
Definitely agree with that. They do have a double BKB timing now though. Like they gotta do something now. Like if you itemize into these BKBs, you gotta start the fight somehow. There's so many targets you need to kill though.
Yeah.
Like Darkseer needs to die, Necro needs to die. Like honestly, all of them are just so annoying.
And then that kind of makes it difficult where DK, you don't want to be, the Faceless Void does not want to be the hero that starts the fight because it's so difficult. A team at this caliber are going to make sure they're not grouped up at the start of the fight. You know, towards the middle, it gets a lot more chaotic and a lot more difficult. But once you kind of, you have your formation set, you're never going to get a multi-hero chrono. Radiant though, they can just play around their Observer. This is a power spot for them. As Shanks tries to line up the Impale. Do they want to try and protect the Nyx? This is a lot committed. Tomb, BKB, Thunder God's Wrath as well. They'll back off further in the river. Jackie just can't close the distance, but now Jackie's got to be careful. Doesn't want to overstep the mark too far. They've still got a little bit of the Moonlight Shadow, but the miscommunication. The Yules into the Chrono, and now he's able to get the BKB off, so Yopaj can turn. Right clicks down Jackie. Still, he's got his own BKB. They're mind fighting at the moment. That is a lot wasted here from Motivate. And knowing that the Chrono's on cooldown, they can push on for more. The CTM is just going to commit the Scythe. He won't have a better target as the rest of Motivate are back to safety.
Yeah, 83 seconds on the sideline.
Just keep it
And
loose.
yes, you saw it right. You can actually BKB if you are Yules inside the Chrono. Which also then means there's not nearly enough damage to kill him. Because we said the
Dire's
damage
top
is like
tower is under
80%
attack.
magical at this
Well,
point.
top lane, Yopaj. He's found Masteros. Jackie's going to be careful. He half thought about maybe protecting him, but because Shanks whiffed on the Impale, he tried to find the Void instead. Great recognition, knowing that the stuns are on cooldown, and he just go for a TP out directly in their face. But this is going to be the second Roche for Neon. I don't think there'll be any contention.
Yeah, seems like a pretty free Roche. What's on the menu? The Shard, huh? Alright, they're gonna give that to Viper for sure. At least I would imagine so, just to be able to besiege those high ground towers easily. And that's really the only piece they're missing from their lineup right now.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
Wait. Okay, he does take the shot, okay. Now it's time to poison those towers, or rather corrode them, I guess.
Oh, Shanks. Man, this vision, the surveillance that the Nyx Assassin's been providing so far through this game is on point. He's going to run into a sentry. Jackie, along with the help of the Zeus, is able to burst through the Nyx Assassin, but the rest of Neon swinging on over. They have detection, they do not. All right, so Nyx will fall. I was singing these praises. Unfortunately, just walked up a little bit too far into the sentry, and it cost him his life there.
Yeah, it's still a lot of useful information provided
Radiant
though.
are
Oh,
scanning.
Masteros, they know he's here. A scan. I mean, he can BKB TP out. The Reaper Scythe does not go through the magic immunity, so he's going to blink on the wave. They know he's positioning now. He doesn't have enough mana for the TP until he pops the wand. He's also got some teammates on the high ground too. This is the long chase. A bit of a quirky position for Mastros, but that is BKB. And now Enryu's going to run into Jackie along with Q. They've also got the tier 1 tower. Surge is available. Potentially, they can push through CTM or Yopaj, whatever they want to do. Now, will be the Viper. Trying to hunt down this Faceless Void. Yopaj blink up. He's got the ATOS, but instantly the BKBs. And you know, we're just seeing, you don't want to be using these BKBs defensively like they are.
Yeah, it's the second one. And at this point, they kind of played themselves into a corner. And well played by Neon to just control the map in the way they have. And now it's onto the high ground. What do you have to defend this? Like, if they die fearless and kill him, this game might be all but
Dire's
over.
middle tower is under
Look at the
attack.
attack range.
Yeah.
It's filthy.
Oh no.
Radiant structures
Talent,
are fortified.
Growbow, Dragonlance. Let's just siege outside the base. Why not? Well, there's your sieger.
But be careful with your mana, though.
Can they burst through CTM? If the arrow finds a connection along with the Chronosphere, they can. They answer the question if they can bring down the Necrophos. Yopaj, a little bit more difficult, especially with the Aegis. That's an even better combination. The Vac, along with the Wall Sharpshooter, brings down the Dragon Knight. They'll deal with the first life on Yopaj, but the answer back from Neon's own team fight. Or at least make this a decent trade.
Nimbus taken out.
Jackie, he's gonna BKB in. CTM is a key component to the lineup of Neon at the moment. They're even gonna buy back on Mastros. However, Great Vac once again on all four. Jackie just gets incredibly controlled and he can't do anything through the fight. As Mastros, I mean, he's still got a BKB, but if they can chain lock him down and get him at the threshold, but the BKB is gonna do nothing. They need the constant damage over time. They won't be able to provide that. So now without Jackie, Mastros gonna blink in once again, targeting Enryu, but the follow-up damage, and the toxin's out. But it looks like Neon, they've stuck around for a little bit too long. Shanuel, along with Yopaj, looking to reset. It's such a completely different game to what we saw in our game 2 versus Neon and Galaxy Racer. Such a different draft, different playstyle. It's quite the quirky game we have here.
Some decent help around here.
Yeah. You can tell, though, that Neon is really much more comfortable when they can dictate the tempo of the game. I feel like in both games against Galaxy, they weren't really able to do that a whole lot. Like, they had their moments here and there, but overall the pace was very much in favor of Galaxy. This time around, it's complete opposite. From beginning to now, at least, it's been all Neon.
And that's kind of something we will bring up, that motivated. Again, the laning phase in early game can be a bit questionable. I mean, when you draft so heavily around the laning and early game, you're definitely going to be in a powerful position, but we have to see Neon end this game pretty soon. I mean, I know they've got a 14,000 net worth lead. They will still find the Nick, so you know, here the pickoffs might start to flow through the map here for the side of Motivate, but again, this is a lineup that is going to scale a lot better into the late game.
Yeah, 100%. And what is he going for in the Void? Nullify straight away, just to be able to kill the Necrophos. Interesting item build. Doesn't really have a whole lot of attack speed or damage. But I
Pulse
guess
at
he just
0.
wants to be able to...
Should be easy pickings here for Neon. They're looking to see if they can find anyone else, because Mastros and Q is still sticking around.
Ooh, it's the Reaper.
Down for 80. Well, they scan. Does connect. Hoodwink controlled along with the Thunder God's Rapper. Now they need to get away instantly as Mastros will blink up to the northern side. Rana's got some leap charges to play with as well. A great delta split as Motivate continuing to delay. Could you take a look at the rest of the map as Jackie shoving in, but Fearless farming up around the triangle. This is a lot of gold that's going their way.
Yeah, they made up 3k gold already in just a minute.
I could do with more.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
When he has the refresher up on Zeus, there's a lot of potential for damage. But again, those BKBs mitigate most of it, so they will have to kind of kite them out. When I say them, it's really only the Viper. Finished Skadi actually on him. He's pretty filthy rich.
Do you like the itemization for the Skadi here on Yopaj's Viper?
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty good against Void as well as Dragon Knight. Like, whoever you hit is not going to be able to escape from you.
Is it that like the Void and DK can be heavy committal heroes? So like if you slow them up, very difficult to disengage afterwards, or?
Yeah, and you also just want to be overall tanky. You also get the health regen slash lifesteal reduction, which also works on the time walk, of course, from Void. Just overall, it's a pretty decent item this game.
Radiant still though. It's all their map control right now in this game one. I mean, 10,000 net worth lead. Again, it did slowly dwindle after those few pickoffs from Motivate, but we have to be imagining that Neon are not going to feel too comfortable until they get this third Roche to go up higher ground. I mean, Motivate can just posture inside the base and wait till then.
Yeah. Yes, by the way, one thing we didn't talk about the Necro Shard. It actually puts you in ethereal form, so you take a ton more damage from the Reaper as well as Dagon.
Yeah, that is a lot of burst
You can
potential they
probably
have.
someone full health.
Yeah, they're going to try. Back into the instant follow-up on Shanks, but the ball doesn't provide them too much at the moment, and now Motivate. That's their own burst, but Jackie did use the chrono, and he's going to be careful about time walking up on the higher ground without any vision. So, again, it's a kill on a support. Costs him a little bit.
I'm actually surprised that they tried to do that without the Necrophos. He was farming his own jungle. And they just went in and were like, yeah, let's try, guys.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, we got a couple high levels on the, what is it? Dagon 5 now. Januel once again setting up top. MG.Trust is going to be the target. They've got the break. Dagon along with the Scythe. Oh my god, that's so dirty. 140 seconds. Oh no. I mean, they're lucky Roche, it's a 2-minute respawn, so DK is going to be up just after the spawn, but it's, you hate to play versus an Echo. You just see this timer continue to tick up.
It is a nasty combination. Like, he pretty much solo killed the DK from full health. With a Death Seeker, Dagon, and Reaper. I wasn't actually aware that he did us that much damage. It's a ton.
That is crazy.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind just seeing an Arcane blink on the Necro. Cause the biggest problem he has to get that stun off is the cast animation. Imagine how fast the Reaper is with that one. Yeah.
Cooldown could be nice as well, because Reaper is 120 seconds, so...
Oh, 100%.
Because you're
definitely... Maybe Octarine on top.
Yeah, just go all for it. Play with the Scythe. Maybe go Refresher Orb, then get Refresher Shard. That's how they win this game. Okay, we've cracked the code.
I mean, it's 11k gold. They kind of stopped the bleeding on Dire, so... I think the late game is still very strong.
Dire's bottom tower
It's just the issue of if they're able to get to that stage. I mean, defending high ground, it's very difficult going into a Zeus that can slowly dish out the damage, the Undying as well. Tombstone drop that's just so powerful. As well, Chrono's committed here. Thunder God's Wrath along with the secondary use of the Nimbus. They're going to try and prioritize Yopaj, but he just gets a cheese off. This is a heavy commitment from Motivate. Even using the Tombstone, that's really worrisome that they don't burst through the Viper. That's Skadi health coming into play.
Yeah, it was very close though. Like, next time he doesn't have that cheese, he will die.
I'm not opposed to
So
taking
despite
the
him being
occasion.
massively farmed and very tanky, he still died super quickly there. It's like double Zeus ultimate as well as double Nimbus is really, really strong.
My issue is though, is that they use Chrono right before Roshan's going to spawn. And now how do you contest Roche? You literally just used everything for a kill that... I mean, they were very, very close to getting, so I can understand them trying to go for it, but like the high risk, high reward, you give up Roche now for free. There's no way you can test this.
Yeah. Like, you need to absolutely make sure that you do get that kill, because then they can't go for this easy Roshan. But, well put by Neon again. Now this Age Cheese and Refresher Shard, I believe, right?
Yes, yeah. Darkseer's got Refresher Orb and the Shard as well, along with the high teamfight potential. Scary prospect.
It really is. Oh, Darkseer has triple wall now. Damn. Triple wall, triple vacuum. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a lot of crowd control. How are you gonna walk through these fights? Doesn't feel fun at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
imagine he gets like 3 Void Eaters.
Yopaj got Satanic too. It's gonna make it very, very difficult to bring him down. They'll start on Mastros, see if he can swing down and find a pick off Shanks. There's a real for the instant stun. They're able to burst through the Nyx Assassin, but it's got a buyback. They'll turn to the Yopaj secondary, but Jackie's got to be careful. BKB committed. They use the Tombstone as well. Couple BKBs on either side.
Still a pretty decent hold so far.
Dyer's middle
They
barracks
lose 1
has
Rex,
fallen.
but can they defend more?
Dyer's middle barracks has
How's the
fallen.
chrono cooldown look in 10 seconds?
Dyer's top tower
This
is
has to
under
be
attack.
huge here from
Dyer's
Jackie. They need to get them
structures
grouped
are
up, but
fortified.
Jackie's
Radiant
just trying to farm up an
structures are
item.
fortified.
He's buying the
They're
Hyperstone.
fighting in
Dyer's
their,
top tower is under
I mean, they're
attack.
fighting into an Aegis though. As well as Cheese.
We'll try and burst through the first life here. Vac, counter initiation, and Ryu has got another round of the wall. And the Vac, look at the combination! Multiple walls, multiple combos. It's too much for Motivate to deal with through the first initial life. They're going to have the amount of buybacks. They'll force him out now. The Chronosphere available, but Jackie, he needs to find the target. He needs to find multiple heroes. It can't just be Yopaj. Look at the mass amount of illusions now, and Yopaj, he can just go to work from such a far distance. This attack range, it's unbeatable at the moment.
Yeah, and all that remains is one side without a tower. And there's still Aegis. Boy, it's just blinking into the base.
Big
Yeah, I
balls
don't
on
know how to
Yopaj.
defend this without undying.
Dyer's bottom barracks are under
You're
attack.
never going to get a multi-hero chrono, and you don't want to chrono a Viper with second life. It's just not going to happen. How do you kill him? 3,600 health. Necro's got 4,100 health because he just got heart completed. You're going up against Megas. And just, it's been a slow, painful death. I mean,
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'm really struggling to see how they're able to hold this. Motivator, crafty team. They're always there to come back in the late game. Their team fight is on another level quite often, but this time you're down 25,000 gold and it's going to be difficult. They'll start once again on the Viper, but CTM's doing all he can to try and keep Yopaj alive. They'll deal with the first die, but again, what can they get afterwards though? At least they didn't have to use the chrono. Yopaj has still got BKB, Satanic, along with the help of the backup. They're going to try and move in. Chronosphere dropped onto 2, along with the help of the Zeus. They're able to bring down this Viper. That's a big, big target. And now Shanks is an X as well. So Nyx Assassin plays along with the Minute Horn. He's able to get the blink back to safety. Motivate, they need more. They just gave up Megas. You can't just get 1 kill on the Viper. Look at the Nyx as well. So 2 down. Both of them don't have buyback. The rest of Neon, they haven't been able to disengage fast enough for CTM and Ryu trying to make it back out to safety. But they're not going to have the same fate as Januel, as the Hoodwink will fall an instant buyback, but Motivate now with the numbers advantage. They're pushing on full for more. Dragtail, a long duration stun on Ryu, but they're playing around. Look at all the illusions. The Scythe as well, but this time on CTM, the Dagon just a little bit too late. As Mashos, he'll lose his free mobility thanks to the Aghanims on the Dragon form. That's going to cost him his life there, as Ryu will make it a secondary. And Q, he's getting hunted. A quick TPM from CTM, playing around with a double leap. He's still got 1 more available. Can he TP out though on Q? They're hunting him. Has to play around with the tree line of the vision. Can he make it? He can. Just out to safety.
Guess they took it personally.
Still another
Arceus
buyback.
to the throne alone. Whoa.
Darkseer? Darkseer?
The fire
He's had enough of this game. He wants to try and hit some tier 4s on the throne.
Yeah, he just had a death wish.
The prize is mine.
He tried to kill the Zeus all by himself, and teammates are all around, of course, like, where else would they be? And he gets punished for it.
He's
All wrapped up
some
to
wonky
take
fights.
away.
I mean, we're Motivate. Do they have a lineup to go through Megas? I, I don't know if they do. It's just looking difficult for the boys on Dire. I mean, they're down 19,000 gold. I mean, what buybacks were forced out as well? I mean, Mastros had to. I mean, Zeus is still on cooldown. The Mirana. Set zeros too. So yeah, a lot of buybacks forced out here from Motivate. CTM is alone at the moment. They're going to Moonlight down. They might run into Shanks first. Can they chain lock him through? The Nullify's out, so we can't play around with the Ghost Shard now, but the Arrow follow-up as well, but it's a big kill, and they'll find it. CTM caught out of position, and Motivate. Very big pick off for them.
Yep. Stabilizing slowly but surely. I mean, I say stabilizing there against Mega Creeps, but we've seen crazier comebacks before. Void is closing on a Satanic, and he will be the hardest carrier in this game at some point. Still wondering whether I like that hard pickup or not.
Yeah. What other item could you have seen him go for instead of the heart there?
Like Aeon this, something like that. Just be alive. Because if you're going max HP against percentage damage, is always rough.
It's scary with this, what, 11.2% with the static field? Yikes.
Per spell, yeah. You're gonna get like 6-7 spells in your face.
Yeah, I mean, the Viper's also gone really, really tanky too. 3,700 health, and I mean, it's still gonna take Motivate a lot of fights to be able to take this game. I mean, if they do win a team fight, it's gonna be inside their base, and then it's going to take them, 30, 40 seconds, if that, to be able to get to these objectives. I mean, there's still 2 tier 1 towers in the game, and Radiant already have glyphs, so they can have multiple glyphs. So it's at least going to take Motivate. How many fights do you actually think? If Motivate are able to come back in this game and take it, how many fights do you think they need?
I don't think it has to be super many. Probably 2, maximum 3. I mean, it really just all depends on how the initiation goes down. Like, even if Void is completely 6-slotted, like this Reaper stun into Dagon, and just any sort of follow-up can still pose a big threat. Like, it's a lot of damage coming in.
Yeah, we could even see, like, you want to go stupid itemization late game. Let's see some Dagons and some supports as well. Absolutely have so much hate for one target. No opportunity you survive through that.
Take us.
It's a difficult way to do it. I mean, Roche is going to be up pretty shortly. Oh,
yeah.
Illusion bait. You hate to see it. Motivate. They're outside the base. On top of Yopaj here. They've got the information now. Jackie has the chrono, doesn't want to use it just yet into the last second. Once the BKB expires on Yopaj, is away from the team. He's going to buy back, can look to rejoin them if need be. Journey will forced up back inside the base, and now there's the FOB. A great 2-man stun from Shanks, control him inside the wall. They're going to be careful. Another back, along with a combination and a choke point, which makes it so difficult for Motivate to take the fights. At least Jackie has this mobility with the time walk, but the control's out. The Hex, where's the extra stun lock? They're going to blink in, back down it goes. Thanks to the shot, but Jackie brought down the Dagon from CTM, secures a double. Jackie,
look at all those illusions.
It's so much for them to deal with.
Oh, they made an undying flash golem illusion even. Holy shit. That is bad news. That's a lot of damage, Amp. Oh, Darkseer on a mission again, alone. We've seen that one before. Or the AoE surge.
Can he do it himself? A lot of damage. Jackie's gonna buy back for this. And now Enryu is just he's given over to Gem. CTM. He doesn't kill Fearless as well. CTM. Nullify's still on cooldown. You gotta be careful about your throne, however. T4s have fallen. Mega creeps inside the base.
Yeah, Enryu actually needs to stop doing that. What's this, second time or third?
Second time.
This is kind of ridiculous.
He,
this is what you get reported for in pub games.
Well, it's still a difficult task here as Yopaj. I mean, he can just go to work. He's got multiple lives to play with. They'll try and combine him down. The Yule's arrow. Jackie's got a lot of damage. They'll deal with the first life. But can they take him down a second time as Shanks? Borrowed up. Oh, that is now a tricky target. He's still got cheese too. They halted off this Age of Siege, and maybe Neon. Are they actually going to back off? Oh my god.
Yeah, Neo need to calm down. Like, if Darkseid doesn't die there, this game is probably over now. But, yeah. They're being very individualistic around the map. Like, I got this, no, I got this. I'm gonna hit the throne alone.
It's the cool guys. They just want to end the game by themselves.
Yeah, or lose for the whole team.
Ooh.
And this game is not over yet. It's difficult, but the Void is a hero that can always bring these kind of games back. Zeus as well.
I mean, far out. We are seeing that they do have a lot of damage now. Like, they are bursting through Viper. The Necro as well multiple times has fallen really, really low before he's been able to get an ability off. So, you know, Motivate potentially. It does feel like though refresh is required, and I really like the itemization from the Faceless Void. He is going to the refresher. So, see how this double Chronosphere is able to come into play.
Yeah, he also understands that he and his Chrono is the biggest winning condition in this game. But I'm very scared. I feel like the Darkseid is stronger than the Faceless Void even. If he gets like the double wall either on him. Scary times, man. Especially once Darkseid... No, Darkseid did reach level 25, right? Yeah, but he didn't go for the wall talent. Why? You can actually make 4 Illus that way. With Refresher? Isn't that the build?
Yeah.
Like, AoE search is nice, sure, but quadruple wall? That sounds bonkers.
That is kind of crazy, actually. And we've seen what the wall's been able to do. Like, you have... Past couple of fights, there's been at least 2 walls. And then they can't do anything. Like, the crowd control, again, like, if Dire commit, they've committed. Getting out is very, very awkward. And just all these illusions.
I mean, also really long. Like, the wall of replica is super long. And if you put just 4 down, like, the Void can't even team fight because it's like, I can't step here, I can't step here. Oh, where do I go?
They just, go what? You go with the parallel wall talent, then you drop all your walls on top of the enemy team's throne, and then you BKB and end it.
Pretty much.
We're theory crafting how they can end this game. I mean, they've been struggling. They're like, all right, we're...
They're not struggling though because they're running in alone. I don't know what that is about.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. Why does he keep trying to kill the Zeus alone? Just wait for his teammates, bro.
Yeah, they're definitely at least given Motivate a... we're continuing to say, like, this game gets late. We feel Motivate lineup, we're going to be able to take it. I mean, they're still 18,000 gold behind. But it doesn't really feel like the net worth lead is that impactful right now for Neon.
Nah, it really isn't. We'll all come down to the next team fight once more. Well, I guess at least they forced the Void buyback in the last one. But he's gonna have Refresher soon, so double Chrono, that's also scary, potentially. Question though is, does he have the mana to cast it? Barely.
Yeah, he's maybe gonna have to play around with some cute mangoes or something. I mean, it's nice with how close you are to inside the base. There we go, Refresher. Fearless has got BKB as well. Radiant there. I mean, still, like, it felt like for them to end this game, they needed the Aegis advantage, and they gave it away for free. Maybe with this DD, they just target down the throne. Let's see how they want to play this here. Fearless is going to be careful on the front line like that. They're going to jump instantly with the back drag back. Fearless just gets melted. They've used the side, but an instant buyback. Jackie controlling the Darkseid. It's been a very impactful target throughout the team fights now. Refresher used as well. The secondary Chrono drops straight on top of the head of the Viper. They have the extra fall damage thanks to the buyback on top of the Zeus. And Radiant, they're the ones without buyback. They've got to be careful if they throw away unnecessary lives here. Shanks burrows deep down, but he won't be able to with the bashes from Jackie. All of a sudden, there's a big window here from Motivate. They're still looking to hunt for more. CTM, when he's caught out, he wasn't able to TP back away. Nullify not be able to go through. They've got to keep in mind about the throwing. Q, Wind Waker, Death Pulse as he falls down. They might be able to have the damage. The right clicks, that's enough. They'll find the kill, but a double buyback coming through for the supports once again. Void straight on top of CTM. This is a hard hero to find, but they will be able to without the backup of Neon. That's such a big hero to kill off. I mean, he's got a buyback, but wow, what is going on in these team fights? It's so chaotic.
It really is, but that's to be expected, right? Like all these walls and Cronoses. Chronai?
Yeah, we
What's
could,
that?
let's Chronai works. I don't know.
I like Chronospheres as well, though. That sounds kind of sick.
Chronai kind of cool.
Chronai kind of sounds like a disease, though.
Radiant's
Yeah, but,
middle
I
tower
mean-
is under attack.
Like he's suffering from Chronai.
Radiant's
I mean, you're
structures
just
are
suffering from the Chronai control. Just mass AoE. It was very important there from Jackie to have that second use of the big ultimate.
Radiant's middle tower has
Oh,
fallen.
he's almost level 30. It's a bigger Chrono there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What do we feel? Is Xiao just gonna cut the wave?
Structures are
Yeah, okay.
fortified.
It's like, what's this cheeky little hoodwink up to right now? But he's on a mission to cut the wave. So Dire will only have one wave to play with when they're sieging up the base.
Radiant's middle tower has
Tier
fallen.
2 is gone. Tier 3 going to be
Radiant's
next. I
middle
mean,
tower is under attack.
Radiant are up very shortly. You see how long it took for Motivate to get inside the base. And they've got to be really careful how long they stick around as well. There's Dark's here. Arrows out along with the Thunder Gods. Wrath, Darkseid's gonna fall. He doesn't have a buyback. I mean, it delayed it for the rest of the team to be up in a couple seconds. Look at the illusion of the Elder Dragon form. It's slowing down Motivate so they can't reset, but they're gonna go back in now. Yopaj potentially getting baited from the Tombstone. Double Thunder Gods, Wrath with the Nimbus. Yopaj gonna fall again. He doesn't have a buyback. Surely Motivate aren't actually doing this. Mega creeps down. Two don't have buyback. Jackie in and out. They're still gonna be careful how long they want to stick around. Scythe along. Oh, wow! Is it the Wind Waker? It is! Another turn. Chronosphere drop. They've got the Nullify, but the damage isn't there at the moment. They need the Zeus. He's on throne defense duty, so he can't rejoin them. And all of the global potential is on cooldown. They've got the control, and Jackie's life is going to be gone. Down for 120. No buyback for another 2 minutes on the Faceless Void.
Yeah, finally be able to kill off that menace that is Jackie. What is the buyback? 2 minutes, huh?
Yes, it's what? 10 seconds delayed?
That is a decent window of ending this game, potentially. Void is dead for a long time.
It's just, I can't laugh. I can't help but laugh at this game. I have no idea what's going on. MG.Trust has got a Midas queued up after the refresher. We're going 200 minutes here.
That's the BM Midas, man.
Bounty!
Like, imagine you're about to win a TI and just buy some Midases at the end. Just rub it in, you know?
Yeah, that's
Illusion.
you might get a bit of hate for that. I don't know if the opposing team would be too happy. MG.Trust is gonna be careful. Okay, well the big thing for Dire is that they do have Glyph. Void's buyback's up in 45. MG.Trust gonna try and delay. Dark, see if they can burst him down, but a force outside the Nimbus, and now MG.Trust is slowed from the Scardy. He's got a buyback available, so again, they're delaying it long enough. The Void's up in 30 seconds. Scythe puts him in the grave for 130. That's now on cooldown from the Necro. And then, are they still gonna stick around? See how they want to look to turn this. Fresher pop. Still, the throne's exposed and Yopaj is going to work. Someone's going to get on top of the Viper. They'll pull out the glyph. Looking to reset here on OB.Neon, but once the glyph expires, then Yopaj can blink in. He's got so much attack speed. Are they able to protect it though? The Swift Blink just enabling the throne to fall. And finally, 56 minutes in, our game one. Neon will take it.
Yeah, gotta say though, that was convincing at first, but then Neon did Neon things, and the game got very chaotic. There was actually a chance that I would have lost this game. Like, if a couple of things go wrong for them, I mean, they gotta, you know, I don't know what happened there, but they gotta relax. Like, you don't fountain dive all by yourself multiple times. Like, no. But they get the job done. Trust early game. How do you even call that? Like, just neglecting the early game so much, and this time it bites them in the butt.
Yeah, it's honestly, what a chaotic game. It's just, I mean, the lineup that Neon have, we were questioning if they were going to be able to at least be able to take objectives, because that's what they were relying on, being able to end this game early. Instead, they're like, let's do it the hard way. Let's go 56 minutes in, and let's just see if Motivate are able to be the raid bosses that they quite often are at the late game execution. But unfortunately, it just was not enough here, as Neon, a quirky lineup, enables them to be able to take this game 1 over. Motivate was sent to a break, with game 2 coming up shortly.